people, and how the degree of fraud that Nigeria is today, and the miseducation, the indoctrination, so many years of indoctrination, of hatred, and hatred of oneself. These are the what Nnamdi Kanu was doing for our people. And the enemies who do not like good things decided to go after him to kidnap him. And that has become the worst mistake of their life because they never imagine they never imagine what they are going to be facing at this point. You know, fortunately for them, they are receiving water because Minister Simon Ekpa came out and told them to stop killing our people. Immediately they took away Nnamdi Kanu. Our people started missing. The Nigerian state started investing on the disappearance of our people and the invasion of villages and towns. And this continued non-stop. So the only solution to alleviate this problem, to stop the situation, was to carry out resistance against the Nigerian state. This is a clarion call, and this is a very potential understanding that everyone must have. Because if you don't have this mindset, it means that you are part of the enemy of the land. It means that you don't want our people to ever survive at all. Because if you look at the nature of the creation of Nigeria, the people, the indigenous owners of the land, have become the endangered species. Why foreign companies and criminals who only go into government offices just for their own personal and for their own family gains. They do not only take their salaries, they also take the wealth of the nation. They share it among themselves. This is the only government, I mean, the supposed government in the world that borrow money and share among themselves and leave debt for the next incoming government. Which those ones will borrow their own, share among themselves, buy SUV car, buy expensive car that they do not produce. These people don't even make ordinary baskets. They don't even. I mean, somebody was using above the need as a reference. You know, these people embezzle the money within the coastal region and allow everybody to begin to have this carefree imagination, having the belief that the only way you can survive is running away from it. Imagine a society that have successfully turned their own citizens into asylum seekers in foreign land. Why is economically pursuing his people away from home? He's bringing in terrorists and foreigners from the Sahel to occupy people's land and engage the people in an armed struggle. The people they are fighting, they are killing, butchering every day, especially in the north, doesn't have arms to defend themselves. If they even see the arms in your father's house, the one you people used to go for hunting, they will take it from you people and then kill your parents and call them and tag them any name as far as they have the media to write anything evil against the people. Of course, the world will accept it. And they are ready to partner with any country in the world because for this country it is not important whether Nigerians are fleeing from their home or they are dying or they are turned hostages in their land. It is not their business. Everyone is looking for what to take from each other in order to fix their own economy. And Nigeria as their slave their new colonialist government is a very useful tool for these foreign countries and their companies. So they are going to be continue to use these so-called Nigerians till eternity until somebody pick up arms, a very, very strong one, at least as a amount of, if not more than that. Is why we have to reassess our situation. We reassess our situation. We need to know what this very bad enemy has against us and continue to fight back. Anybody who is against Army will fight is against OND and
Now,
It's against Oyundu and it's against the entire Biafran people. So this is how it is. If Delilah comes out to make any awful statement against Prime Minister, it's not doing that to Prime Minister. It's doing that to, yeah, I suppose, her ex, the husband, because she knows that she has eaten when you eat with the devil without using a long spoon, or if you decide to eat with the devil at all, then you must know that there are consequences that accompanies it. So you have so much to pay after you have eaten with the devil. And they tell you when they want to make any statement, you see them referring to some company, America, this, other. How does that matter when it comes to you having knowing what you want, having an objective, working on it? It does not have the what you need to look at for. What our people have been crying for? It's a very simple matter. But these very animals will never ever listen. And as far as against corruption, it's against whatever they are stealing. Uh, it's like when you're pouring water in a, in a leaking basket, you know. And this is why we have to continue to reassess our situation and and begin to fix it. If you are still out there hoping that some kind of miracle is going to happen, you are just an ordinary fool, and you have stone coated your heart that you can never ever, believe in the truth. You can never ever come to agreement with your people. I saw that some people are still having the same mentality in the past. I was on a space with a Ghanaian person. I can see the way this guy was trying to argue and obvious fact with giving proof. They were sending him documents, but he's still kind of attacking it. And I mean, I was like, what is this? How do we actually grow? You know? And I get to understand that the people who are servicing in the Biafran government have, studied human relationship, and they are able to work together. And that's why they have produced the best government in the world, even if Biafra haven't been declared yet officially. But look at what they are doing. All the departments in the Biafran Republic government in SI are doing very, very marvelous work to retain Biafran people. The number of people who have, decided, okay, we go for freedom, we can no longer continue like this. There are millions of people, millions of people. Look at the number of people who are voting. If the government is not working, if the de facto government is not working, doing their job well, we won't have all these data. We won't have all these numbers. If the Biafran Republic government security administration is not doing their job, we wouldn't have all these data. In 1 year, the Biafran government was able to provide a data security system that has the data of all Biafrans who are committed and who are willing to see a brighter future. And this makes the Biafran government and the Prime Minister very proud. And this gives him whatever the zoo is bringing there, it does not matter. What matters to our Prime Minister is the decision of the Biafran people, not some sellout, some individuals that comes and start quoting back. When you come out and quote terms in a particular subject in school, telling people that they are endocrinology and they are this and that, it means that you don't know book. You don't know book. Because if you see the standard of the people you are trying to use a mere words to ridicule, if we come to the Biafran government council leadership council cabinet, you cannot she cannot be able to make those utterances. because she's not qualified. She doesn't have what it takes to. This is a woman who's supposed to pick up this fight when her husband disappeared, but she went hiding. After the prime minister and all the well-meaning Biafrans have reorganized this system, and when they start seeing the green light, that Biafra is now very, very sure. For those who have been asking questions, when is this Biafra coming? How do you want to achieve this Biafra? And having so many doubts and questions in their heart, she began coming out to criticize what Biafran people are doing. She criticizes what her husband has done. She pisses on her husband's face. I suppose her ex-husband. So, in my own submission, like Oyendu have said, the Biafran people have not committed any crime. I am saying this because of the numbers of Biafrans who are still suffering in the hands of the enemy. I have seen people, even here in Germany, have told me how they, only for them to just eat in the morning, they just wanted to go and buy something. They came out and they were taken. That was how tragedy and agony comes into this family. And the question is, how long is this pain going to strive? It will be forever. In short, we will lose even our lands. We've lost lands. Even some people are telling us that our history has been lost, even if we are still alive. I have never seen anything like that in my life, where a supposed fellow countryman tells you that your history is lost. So, what history is he holding on that connects you or binds you and him as a one country? It means that these people know something that you don't know. And the more you seek to know what they know, the more you find out that the fraud called Nigeria is not supposed to have happened in the first place. So, whether you like it or not, we are at war. We are soldiers. And soldiers need weapons, they need resources, they need money in order to continue to sustain the fight. We are freedom fighters. If you are a Biafran and you are out there and you believe in good life, you believe in better life, because I know that Biafrans, they always live good life. My mom lived good life before she died. She was not a poor Biafran, although she was not very rich, but we never lacked anything because she was a husband. And she opened my eyes. My grandfather didn't just open my eyes, my mom opened my eyes to know the truth and to stand for it, even if it cost me my life. And she did the same thing. As an example, before she died, she called me a day before she died and said she understands that I'm very, very far away from home, but I should not change my position. I should continue to fight for what I believe in. And she showed exact example on how to do it. And this message is for all the Biafra mothers out there. You must understand that the interrogation and the scrutiny of Simon Ekpa is schooling you. It is not Simon they are doing that into. It is you, your children, and the future of your children. So, it is when we support Simon, we support ourselves, we support the government, we support the security of our homes, we support the safeguarding of Biafra land. It helps us to stand one-on-one with these very animals because they don't like good thing and they don't want you to have it. If you are in the same boat with them, they rather the boat crash and you perish with them. And you wonder why. Does these people want to die and they don't want to die alone? You know? So I like to submit here. I'm so sorry, my host, G.D. Walker, my brother. for taking this much time. And I want to thank you, Gidi, for this very space, this very program. I have not been able to anchor program this week because of work schedule. And I appreciate all of you who have been there for us and doing all these marvelous jobs. You are indeed the best. God actually sent you for this program, and you are doing what is actually expected of you. And may Chukwu Kikabiama bless you, every single one of us. Bless our Prime Minister and bless the Biafran government and continue to give us more wisdom to actualize our goal and our freedom. Biafra first, it is either Biafra or nothing should be able to exist. God should give them the freedom to create the hand of God, the hand of Chukwu Kikabiama that will destroy the enemies of our freedom. Ndewo Gidi and Ugochukwu Biafra. Thank you very much, homie.
Thank you so much, our brother and co-host, University Nkendi Biafra Coastal Region. Nko completely. Thank you, my brother, so much. Thank you. At the initial time when you were inside the train, we can only hear noise. But it's all good. Thank God that you came out and then you completed the submission and we can hear you properly. Thank you so much. Before I go ahead, whose mic is on? Okay. Thank you so much. Before I go ahead, I just want to acknowledge the presence of our brother. Well, we called him before. I think he went out and came back in. Ugo 247. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you so much for the work that you guys are doing on behalf of the Biafra people and also that of the Prime Minister and our government, because our Prime Minister needs the support of all of us at this moment. Because, Ofonya and Abamba like that, it's not an easy something. We'll put ourselves in his shoes just a little bit. Just like what our brother Go 277 said in one of his programs the other day. He said that the Prime Minister, we used to see him before dancing and, having fun with his son in the parks and other. We're not saying that he's not doing anything, but the activities of the government at the moment, meeting after meeting after meeting, it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. It's not that easy. Just like what our brother said as well, our co-host at university. This work that we were doing is it does not matter how you try to put the time of when you are hosting and other, it's going to encroach in one of your activities. It will cover. Because before you try it 1, 2, 3 times, it will encroach in your one of your activities. You know how many times I nearly scared, like council spaces and all that. I actually went to as far as even negotiating. Like I said this morning on my time when I was at work, negotiating within them to see that the day that I'm supposed to hold, which is Fridays, that can we keep it earlier, almost 2-3 hours earlier. Not that I haven't put other things that I need to, before the hosting, but still, I still need that time just to make up other things because I'm on that man. I'm wired for almost 20 hours. From the time when you wake up, we got we finish here. It's not an easy something. It's back to back, but we have to do it. Look at our Prime Minister and our brother Ugo 247 and everyone else that is doing their own part. There is no one that is an island. Only obligate here their own bid. Everything will come simultaneously, and at the end of the day, it will lead to the coming of Biafra. They have tried everything and they failed. Just like what I put in the Jumbotron, based on what our brother was saying, and as well. Now, the zoo, can you believe? This so-called shenanigans selection that they just did, is a few days ago or whatever. Look at the one from, was it Oyo State or whichever state it is? A governor. Do you know the gift he gave to so-called one Nigerian, their people? Mashes. It's on the Jumbotron. Mashes. The Fulani have reduced the zoo.
My brother, these people brain are not working. That is exactly on Salman's space yesterday. There is one called himself Max. He said he's well read. If he say one word, he said I'm well read. But he was asking is there anywhere sit at home have ever achieved progress in the freedom? When they started to dig it out for him, he's still telling you that I am well read. All of them are non-entity, I'm telling you. When you see them talking, you look at matches to deceive people. Matches. And you tell me these are normal people? Go ahead, my
You
brother. I
know,
swear.
these people. Our prime minister and our leader have been saying this for a very long time. The Fulani will drag this zoo to mud, and that mud, there's even one potopoto on cable. There's this potopoto those days when you put one leg, you can be able to free them, and put the other one, and you keep going, but it just take this time around, they will put those leg. It will never come out. This is the situation the zoo have turned to. Matches, usually their emona, they will go to wine akara, and then they will, take the akara, this thing, and start frying the akara, and even roast corn, and they start acting funny. And the usual normally is to bring 50 kg bag of rice and put their name, not even their name, their photo, and give to people with oil. The thing is so tough now. That's no more right for people. It's matches. My brother, I'm so sorry for this, but I never seen anything like this before. The Fulani,
My brother, these people, do you know that, you see, do you know that those that support, those that they're able to recruit to join the deadly Ebubago from hometown, those working in the police, do you know what they use for them? Bag of rice with face of Hope Uzodinma. If any of them here now, let him come and say it's not
they
true.
are lucky.
Face of Hope Uzodinma in a bag. That bag of rice, that's what they give to them to work with the terrorists they brought from different side of zoo to come and work as a Bubago in the east. If any of them is here, now let him come and tell us a lie. And these are criminals. Simple things just blow up their mind. They don't even know how many people gonna die in a bag of rice. Jesse, go ahead,
Thank
man.
you so much. These things look like it's a joke, but it's not. The truth of the whole thing is this: when you conduct a sane voting system, they are fighting over the beavers or whatever they call it in Edo State in Godomi at the moment. They are fighting over that now, and so-called old Anambra State is fighting the so-called INEC that they will not going to accept this beavers. So beavers is they don't trust it. Isn't it your own one Nigeria way of doing your voting? You have to accept it. That is part of the dotted line that you signed before you even come to that. That's something that, like, I think it was in the Ghost program that I've seen it. You know how whenever they want to conduct so-called their selection, article will come with the notion that you have to sign agreement with the government that if you're a loser, you have to accept the result of the election already. Because you know what? When you sign that dotted line that you have to accept the result at the end of the election, if you go back and start to make trouble, they will just pick you up and put you. They will use this my gift, treasonable felony. That treasonable felony, very very easy for them to convict you on treasonable felony at the moment in the zoo. That is what they do. You will sign that dotted line and you have no case anymore. When you lose, of course you will lose, because they ask you before they ask you to sign. They will, or the other one that they know Nigeria is like wrestling. The wrestlers, when they come out before they even start, they know who is going to win and who is going to lose. That is what is exactly that Nigeria find themselves in because of the Fulani hegemony and the way they've been treating people, and they think that it's funny for them. But now, Biafrans have decided to play the game back to them. And that is why they are getting the shit, because they could not understand but that at the end of the day, that our people have come to rise up. Just like what I put on Jumbotron before this the match is here. Our Minister of Information shared this. Although the Prime Minister have shared it, but at least you can imagine Delilah jumping up and being happy and sharing even the news. This is the worst thing that can. This lady is not hiding anything anymore. For Nwanyị in the midst of everything that is happening, she was so happy and delighted that Cho Ayaba, that is still in Norway. Not that maybe they have extradited. I understand that Norway have an extradition treaty with that of Cameroon. And by the way, talking about Cameroon itself, Paul Biya, who is 92 or 97 years old, he went for a summit in Geneva. Do you guys understand that Paul Biya have sought for the resident of Austria? I mean Switzerland also. This Paul Biya have sought for the permanent resident. Pobiana is living in check it out. Pobiana is living in Switzerland. That is where Pobia is living now. Because he was so ill, he couldn't be able. Xi Jinping of China invited him to one. They always criminals. They always have this meeting all over the place. He went to that meeting. He couldn't speak properly because this man is at his dying age and he doesn't want to hand over to anyone because he knows that anyone that they hand over to, they are going to clamp in. He bastardized the so-called their military to the extent that no one has power anymore. Most of the whole of their so-called, you know how they give themselves generals, and he make sure all of them are under him. The one that they refuse, he retired all of them. Now he's a self-imposed king, aided and abetted by the French government, 100%. These are the same people that is coming to tell you that the African people were trying to help in democracy. These are all criminal gangsters working together for the so-called interest of Funde Ohana Baramboy. That's why Biafra is bringing a different thing to the table. And that's why all of them are afraid of what is coming. And by the way, they have to be. Because you are dealing with one of the best brains in this game. Prime Minister Mazisa Manebaga drag these people. Just like the Fulani have dragged them to the mud. They are now getting matches instead of rice and tomato and oil, usually their oil. Because this is their three amos. Rice, tomato, and oil. Now they are getting matches. The next one maybe has to be chili pepper and then cause maybe ekete. So it's for them to go and look for something and put inside.
Or probably Gochuku will bring the pepper and I will bring Maggi. Someone else will bring yam so that.
My brother, don't be smarty though. I'm telling you, the zoo is gone, the zoo is finished. Before we go ahead, my mobilities of one day zoo. If you're there, please unmute your mic. You haven't spoken, you haven't made submission, so that you can make a submission and we'll go to the second phase now. Mobilities of one day zoo, are you there? Are you there?
I thought whether you people have forgotten me. Oh. Am I being heard?
Who is that? Who is that?
Hello, am I being heard?
Go ahead. Who is that, Akak? Go ahead. Who is that, Akak?
Hello, am I being heard?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I saw whether you people have forgotten me, a whole mobility like me. Everybody has forgotten to give me mic for submission.
Your hand wasn't up.
Well, I was. That's why. No, I understand. No problem. I just want to give more time to our brothers to make their necessary submission before I can proceed. Because him and Ambido can maybe the other. So I greet you all, Biafrans, whatever you are, I greet you. Our brothers, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, according to wherever you are. You understand? This country, Nigeria, there is, in short, it's not a country. I will not call it a country. This zoo of a place called Nigeria. There are so many things to say about it. There are so many atrocities that are happening in this zoo called Nigeria. You see, who can stand and beat his hand on his chest? Who can stand and beat his hand on his chest and say that true, that the country has been very fair enough to them? I just want one person to come out. I'm not talking to our people. I'm talking to the so-called the people that who believed in their useless one Jamboree, one Nigeria. Who? None. As presently in the zoo, all of them are crying like wolf. They are crying up and down because of the hardship that has been posed on them. I'm speaking to the one Nigerian is to, not Biafrans, because they are crying now as it is because the zoo is not favorable to anyone. And they know it, and they know that Nigeria is not a country, and they know that Nigeria is not supposed to exist. But they don't have choice, especially the one Nigeria, than to continue to give their support, thinking that maybe somehow magic is going to, or obedience is going to take over. I mean, P2B is going to come back. And now P2B now, we have not heard him. You can see that he has finished his own assignment. The so-called London boy. He has finished his own assignment as backup. Did you also hear him come out again? Or did you hear any obedience again? The whole media now has been silenced. And that is to tell you how these people are. You understand? They have seen that we Biafrans, we have maintained that doggedness in us. Because what Biafrans is sitting, I'm saying to Biafrans, irrespective of who you are, your age, and whatever, what a Biafran see, sitting down saying, in fact, if you are an old man in that zoological republic, you will never see it. You will continue behaving like a kid. You will never see it. We told these people that this thing that you people are clamoring for, our Onyendu has made it clear that INEC is the final decider of election in Nigeria. INEC is the person who decides the winner. The people's vote doesn't matter. They are joining these people for in order to what? To camouflage, to show that indeed people came out and they voted. But INEC has decided who is going to take charge that seat of power in the zoological republic. So, but we Biafrans, as we are opting out, this, in fact, I can't wait. Let our PM do declare back. Because sometimes when I sit like this, I'll be wondering, why is this whole thing taking longer, self? Let them declare so that we will know that now we are fighting a war of aggression against the two. Because I believe that they will not, they will want to try, they want to come and fight us. And that's the way our Onyedu has said it, that they will kill us, who will kill them, and at the end of the day, Biafra will come. So we are not afraid to die, as it is better for us to die. You understand? We in the homeland, we are not afraid of their intimidation. They should continue with their intimidation, and we are not deterred. Because Onyendu has said it, we should continue to say the truth, even when it leads to your death. Because you know Nigeria is a penny. Imagine what we are suffering now, this generation. We are suffering in this country called Nigeria. What about your children? What is the future of your own children in the hands of this Janjaweed, Futajalon, and the Aponjas? Eh? If now we are suffering this kind of thing, and our children, just like our ancestors, though they tried, they fought the war, but they decided to give up because of what? Not that they give up. Let me not say that they give up. They decided to just say, okay, let it end like this because of the hunger policy that has been used on them. You know what it means for someone to stay hunger for a whole day? Talk less of imposing hunger policy on people for a wartime. You understand? So the reason why we are not being liberated that time, because if you watch our children of those days who fought the war, if you watch how they will be interviewed, if you watch their response, they will tell you that they will never go back to Nigeria. And to tell you that spirit in them, they have sworn that they will never go back to that project corner. They call it Nigeria is a project, a British project. That's what they call it. They call them the invaders. So because of what they have fought that war, and they have, even when they are a country that are fighting that war, they were still happy defending their land. They see that spirit. You can see that spirit in them defending their land, because that is the only place they feel they are safe. That is the only place they feel they can call their own country. And now today, we were forcefully marched into that useless entity. They claim we surrender. We didn't surrender. Oh. As of now, Biafran soldiers, they still dey gallant. Oh. Some of you do see them on social media do parading themselves. They are still they see the gallant. Those ones, they are our veterans, and they are still ready more to fight. But this time around, it's not a fight for them. They have done their own part, and we have decided to study carefully the mistake of our past, just like our PM have said, and we are trying to make correction to that mistake, which our PM is doing now. The mistake which they denied all the media, they denied us the media. They reported fake about us. They told the world that we are rebels. We are trying to overthrow a government. They deceived so many people. Not just Nigeria. We fought. We fought British. We fought the superpower. We also fought Arab nation, the League of Arab. We fought them. You understand? And there was no support. We doesn't have arm. But luckily, we're able to produce arm now. What of today? Which the narrative has changed. You see about the UN. Let me tell you something about the UN. Forget about the UN. UN is United Nations, and they respect their so-called nation within that United Nations. You see, when you saw that idiot, that animal, that good-for-nothing bastard called Shetima, when he went to that Geneva, the assembly, I think in Geneva, thereabout, saying all manner of rubbish. Now go and submit it on. Um, they demanded this was same thing. This is just the way of the Janjaweed. This is their way. Even when the dead Buhari was there, when he went to the Arab nation, he demanded for also the freedom of his brother Palestinian. That is they demand for their own freedom and independence. That is to tell you, these people, they are the most hypocritical people I've never seen on this earth. The most useless hypocritical people I've never seen on this earth. They are these same people we are talking about. You understand? They deny them, and you are in the same time they endorse them for their independence, and at the same time, whenever you mention the independence of the people being entrapped in that republic, they will be like, oh, you have wakened the lion in them. Eh? You see? So the United Nations are respecter. I didn't call them United Nations. I call them respecter of other nations within them, because They have that law. That law is and their treaty binding them together. That they should not go like this, they should not do like this. But that sacred law which they are running away from, which they know. I don't know if it's the Chuko Kikabama that made it to sign it because they say that whenever something has been signed into law, there is no way you can reverse it. You can never remove it again. It has become law. It has become law. So whenever you sign a law and a law cannot be revised back again and then does it in the end, you can't remove it again. So I don't know whether if it is the hand of Chuko Kikabama that deceived the zoo to go and sign that self-determination is the inalienable right of every indigenous people, which have right to determine their political, economic, and social let me just call their autonomy. There's everything autonomy. But the zoo, are they practicing the so-called, the democracy? I can call it democracy under the UN. Are they doing it? The answer is no. And UN knows it very well that Nigeria doesn't obey law. Eh? UN gave Nigerian government 6 months to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That man that has suffered. They should release him and compensate him. And what happened? Did the Nigeria comply to the order? The answer is no. And UN is still quiet. They have not said anything. But their quietness means nothing to me because this time around we are taking the bull by the horn. So my brothers, what do you know? The only thing we ask of UN is they should just come in at the heat of the war because we have found out that UN are no respecter of indigenous people. They only value their country, the country which they are entrapped in, than listening to the plight of the indigenous people in that contraction. That is UN for you. Because if UN come today, they would like to take them to Abuja or Lagos to go and deceive them and give them a false narrative about us. And that's what they will stand on. Because these white people, I don't know the kind of, it's only the ones that God has touched. The ones that have some Jewish blood in them, they're allowed to go. No, they will go and do the concrete investigation. They will go and know the root cause of the problem and how to address it. But all those ones that are the Roman children, all those white people that just come, sitting there eating snacks and burger, laughing up and down. After everything, you now go back and say, there's no problem. Nigeria is in peace. Who told you that? Who the hell told you that Nigeria is in peace? Eh? They will go and sit down. For how many years has Boko Haram been ransacking the north? What has UN done? What have they done? Only come and they listen to Nigeria and they go back. They come on the round table talk, sit down, talk nonsense and go. And that nothing is done. Insurgency continue. So you understand? So I now found our people should just remove their hope from UN because automatically UN want people that they want to step in at the heat of the war. Maybe when the war have started, that is when they will be attracted. In fact, we will not even call them. They will be the one to force themselves to come by themselves. They will be the one to come by themselves and say, "Oh, this war, they are fighting war. What is the problem? Can I say to you, oh yeah, you come here, you come here. What is the problem? What is causing this war fight?" That is what UN will only do to me. But if you are crying out to UN to come and give you your freedom, my brother, stop dreaming, stop building a castle in the air, for it's not gonna happen. So we have been fighting and we have demonstrated it time without number through our action and through our soldiers we have in the southeast, our soldier, our military, doing it for us. And you can imagine when Onyendu launched ESN. Let's say when Onyendu was in charge, that time that during the heat of this Buhari politics, Onyendu launched ESN to curtail the activities of these herdsmen. Do you know that after 2 weeks of operation of ESN, the UN brought out a memo and declared that the southeast was one of the most safest regions, one of the most safest places to stay. You know, I think one of you have overheard the news, or has any of you heard the news before? I mean, come across the news when UN published that Southeast the most safest region. Please, am I being heard?
Go ahead, mobility. You've been
Go
here,
ahead,
please.
mobility. You've been here, please.
Okay, so you can see it's not just today. So UN beam satellite on Southeast. They can only talk and talk. That is the only thing UN said about Southeast. They can only just be sitting down and talking, but they will never come and help you until when you stand up to the brutality and until when you stand up to say enough is enough of this whole thing that is going. That is when the UN will step in. So look at what they have. Look at the way Binta Nyako has been toying around with the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Could you remember since when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped? It is this same Binta Nyako that they use. After John Shoho found out that the pressure is too much. He has to resign and step down. They now brought their own handpicked judge, Binta Nyako. And I asked, Bitanyako, when she was coming in, she was thinking that, oh, this case is something that, the issue of Mazin Nandekan is just extraordinary. It's not just that man, just is a spirit. Maybe when you are not there, you think, oh, is it not this man? Is it not just to pronounce him and say, pass the judgment on him, or you declare him 5 sentence, or they say put him to jail 5 years? Is it not it? So they will now bring it. The moment you now sit on that seat you now find out that another thing has entered you entirely. You don't even know what you're doing. Because as you are saying Bitanyako, she's under pressure by the Janjaweed to just declare the judgment. But there is another pressure super than hers that is making her not able to carry out that judgment. And that is why you see they are confused today. Every day. Even sometimes it seems that Bitanyako is working on the side of the prosecution counsel. You understand? So Bitanyako I have been in that federal high court live when I was in Abuja, when our leader used to come to court before, when they kidnapped him, that one before they grant him bail. We attend court. We are inside court that time. Bitanyako was just there talking to Ejiofor, this and that. She was just playing a game with Ejiofor. Ejiofor, get up. Ejiofor, sit down. Ejiofor, don't talk. When the prosecution counsel begin to talk, Ejiofor will stand up and talk. That time where Ejiofor hasn't Ejiofor will get up. He say, Ejiofor, sit down. I was there live inside the court. Bitanyako, she is confused. Now our leader has commanded her to recuse. And that was why, because she found out she has nothing again to pass. She has been fed up. She's fed up with the whole thing. She just have to what to give up. Because what in any court proceedings, have you ever heard before that a client in a court of law commanded a judge to step down? Has it ever happened before? It has never happened. Even if it's going to happen, it is going to be a plead to the lawyers or to the legal counsel to maybe talk to her to suspend, or maybe she should reassign the case to another judge. But he boldly walk up, stood out the court in the rage and manner of the whole rowdy session the court was going to. Everywhere was so rowdy because I believe they were shouting in that court. So Bitanyako has to give up because the spirit in Biafra had decided to arrest her. And she did what? She obeyed vehemently. She obeyed because she found out she has no choice again. She obeyed. That pressure on her is too much. Do you think she just obeyed because she respects our leader? No, she doesn't respect our leader, Mintanyako. She doesn't respect our leader. She just obeyed because that pressure on her is too much. She can't stand it anymore. And that is to tell you that at the end of the day, Biafrans, we are always seeing light. Now we are watching the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. Who is the next person you are going to appoint as judge? That is the question. Who do you think? Who is it gonna? Is it an Afonja? Because this time around, I'm hoping they are going to bring an Afonja. They are not going to bring Fulani. Maybe they'll bring a Afonja person to come and try and his best to see whether he can do this thing. You understand? So for Bitanyako, she has stepped down. Is that she has stepped down? Bitanyako, Anyola and Senota. The other go. She has messed up. So she disobeyed court. A court doesn't supposed to disobey a court. It only happens in the zoo. So she has to step down, and she has remitted her case file to the chief judge, which shows that she has been arrested by the spirit of the struggle. So our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has made it very clear that he is the end of the persecution of Igbo people, that is going to come and end. And what do you think comes out from him? If somebody opens up, I was following DOS, one post they posted of last, not I'm following there, I just saw it. They posted, I think was it Emeka Gift or somebody. He said that for those of you following the experiment, listen to this. So, and when I was listening to the clip, our leader was emphasizing on those people causing unrest in the southeast. He has never opened his mouth to say, Simon Ekpa, you are causing unrest, stop this. No, he has never done it. He just said, if you, those useless animals that have been killing my people, killing everybody, he said, killing my people. He didn't say anything.
Mobility,
He
round
didn't
up,
say
mobility,
stopping the
round up, please.
terrorists. He said, you, these animals that has been killing my people, that you have to stop it. And who is he referring to? That is the recruited Ebubagos, so-called Ebubagos, who are busy massacring our people for no reason. Killing our women, abducting our youth for no reason. In respect to the commander of that place of the Zoological Republic. So our leader Mazin Mandekano knows the game more than them. But they were trying all this thing to say that if our leader will come out and say anything absurd about our PM. But lo and behold, our leader doesn't say anything about our PM. So you understand? And in this struggle for emancipation, a lot of things has been coming. We have seen a lot have happened. And that's why we have been fighting tooth and nail to make sure that this Biafra is declared 2nd December. And I come across Uchechi post when our co-freedom fighter
Please, we don't
was
want to
arrested.
discuss.
Was
Please, we
arrested.
don't want to discuss that lady said something here. Please,
Okay. But the issue there is that I just want to point out one thing there.
just round up, my
How
brothers.
on
Round up.
earth?
Round up, my
How
brothers.
on
Round
earth?
up.
How on earth can somebody who claim she know what is going on be coming out to make a mockery of someone who have not even offended her? What has, even if she has that hatred for our PM, what has Cho Ayaba done for her to discredit him in such a manner? Has Cho Ayaba one day told her or do anything to her, or she has any interaction, physical interaction with him? So sometimes I don't ask myself, these DOS people, where have these people kept their so-called conscience? This same Chu Ayaba was the person our leader, Mazim Nando Kano, said has interaction with. I could remember one certain time on Radio Biafra. They spoke, eh? And they were on the same, in the line of the same struggle. And somebody is coming to make a caricature of him. Well, my brothers, let me just drop this mic. I will still continue, but let me give this opportunity for that. If I want to say what but too much of talk. So let me just yield this mic here. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Mobility is you talked to Hanlet more than enough time as well, which in God we're aware of. Thank you so much for that lengthy one. It did touch everything that needed to be touched, because the terrorist threat of Nigeria is just like what Onyendi told them. Onyendi told them, just like what he said. He says this is his 4th year. When all this brand envelope journalists in Nigeria, that is his 4th year, and the 5th one. But on something in between that, what Onyendi mean? Onyendi na agwa ha no 4th year na nke 5th year. And by the way, in one of his this thing as well, also that the persecution of Biafran people stop with him. That's why we are doing what we are doing, and that's why he do what he does. That thing will send a very strong message to the enemy camp, because Onyendi my hina shimena. By the way, Onyendi know when Biafra the date of Biafra restoration anyway. Before now, he know it. Even he know it before even our prime minister. Prime Minister Berabe, Onyendi know the date. And that the same date is the one that our prime minister have led the whole Biafran people to understand, which is 2nd of December. So and no that na chuko kiabiama that na kidnap move for the actualization of this restoration of independent state of Biafra, and that is what it is. Thank you so much, my brother. We raised a lot of things, but because of this, a little bit of hands up, and we are still here, so that we can want a lot of our people in. Our brother Nonso, my brother, go ahead. The mic is yours, and Marakwana Awum Akaya Dinenu. Thank you for being here.
Na nke a netwọk nọ na-achagharị onye ọbụla kwarapụ na onwe ya biko gị nọrọkwa ebe afọ m ebe a nwee na reconnect si ihe ka gịnị ana m ekelekwa onye ọbụla. I use this opportunity to greet my brothers and sisters. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, depending on your time zone. So I will not talk much, but the only thing I just that prompted me up here was that, I haven't said it all like our brother Mobilities or Wondizu have already touched every line, and he hit every point just like as it is. But the fact still remains that there was only one doubt that I was having, and today I have already seen everything plain as it is, and which is the prayer answer is our Prime Minister and this government in exile. And there's only one thing I want we Biafrans to understand, that you see, we are all in line, and we are all pursuing one aim and one goal, and which is our freedom, and along the line, our leader Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is being held in in detention, and of course this freedom that we are fighting for. At the same time, our leader Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is also very, very important to us. But I want us to look at it from this part, because after all these their court and all these things, their propaganda and everything that they have been doing, the only hope our only hope and our last line of defense is the Biafran Defense Forces, is the Biafran Liberation Army. The activities of the Biafran government in exile and the activities of the Biafran government, the de facto government in the homeland. These are the only main place that we should focus on. This is the only things, these are the main factors that is going to, release our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and is going to get us exactly where we are going to. So for that reason, I urge each and every one of us to make sure that no matter anything, you see the judges, whereby you see judges are resigning, they're taking the case up and there, today it looks, no, that is not the case. Our mindset should remain focused. Our mindset should remain, in fact, we should intensify our focusedness in the defense of our land. I am telling you, we should intensify our focusedness in supporting this government in exile and the de facto government in homeland. These are the only things that are, speaking on behalf of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are the only things that are speaking on behalf of our freedom. These are the only things speaking. These are the only things that is going to get us what we are looking for. If you are thinking that maybe one day the zoo will just wake up and they say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are released, Biafra, go. No, but we should be focused. We should remain consistently focused, doing whatever we are doing, especially in terms of funding the Biafran Defense Forces and the Biafran Liberation Army. It is very, very important. These are the things that is going to make us to get what we are looking for. Thank you very much. I'll yield my mic for now.
Thank you so much, our brother, for that wonderful one. Thank you so much. Ima, the main thing there is that, like you rightly said, yes, our focus should be on the Liberation Army, the Biafra Defense Forces, the resistance fighters, the Dragon Marine, and all that. Those arm-carrying groups that is in support of the Biafra Republic government in exile and that of the de facto in homeland. Yes, very, very important, because I am with the pillar. I want at the same time, all these things need refund, because like all of us know here, if the Biafra Defense Force have things tools okay, very, very difficult. Because at the end of the day, these people want to, do you even understand? Like, we know, we all here, we know. But I'm just putting it in the way that people will understand it. That's mother potara wouldn't do a charge a sort of. Isn't it that enough? What else do you think? Because look deep down inside their mind, and we all know this. But in such situation, it's just truth. Whether more covered more intentional one, either by commission or mission or whatever, however you want to put it. In that aspect, that one alone, because that these people, that alone, it doesn't matter how little it is. That one would help the government you actualize that. Look at him to show Ayaba. Although he's still in Norway there, like that now give him for now. But him and his situation and that of people, they started hosting space that day because only bullet throw this into that change. But they started hosting space, thanking their chi and celebrating as if these people, they're so delusional. But because at the end of the day, they are thinking that okay, the same fate awaits whomever they are talking about and all those nonsense. It's just ridiculous. How much that the whole thing had the same thing. Our prime minister situation, Abuha, anything he compare with anyone in the whole of the Kabbalah. Entirely. All it quite different. So, but Onyenke wouldn't invite the Kemene. He's just go there most of the time and what have you until this last one and what is here for questioning and all that. So Ndane celebrate, you're going to but at the end of the day, they don't know that to their own detriment. To your own tent, O Israel. Because although the prime minister have said that no, he has spoken to I think the vice president or something like that of the ambassador work council and here administration or governance or something. You know, the thing there is that at the end of the day, I gotta rely on what the government will do. And I believe with the government, we can see the result. Just like the last photo of our Minister of Ejema, with some of the politicians in the Capitol Hill. Again, after, for the past 1 month now, bombardment, Ghana bombarding the zoo. And him, our Prime Minister, even the photo self, take care in a corner, then the next one, all those things, politics, because actually that na the zoo one of them make a political statement, and they did. But at the end of the day, they will not stop the coming of Biafra. Here's what I'm another person. We don't care. Here about our own. At the end of the day, Biafra will get, and Biafra are looking for. Thank you so much, our brother, for that a quick one. So, Ocho question before I got, I won't be made lose here again. Ocho question, take it from there, and then we wait for Awumbin to come back again. Thank you for being here.
Yes, hello, brother. Good afternoon from here. Brother JD Walker and my brother Kuchuku, University, David Nano, so mobility. Thank you for all the things that you've been doing as well, Mazdake. Everyone on this place, please, I just want to have a little bit of a submission here. And also thank every one of you for being here, for all your contributions as well with the government of Biafra. I just want to say, you see, what we are doing now is for all of us. So as we carry on with this, I think Tupu Kabiyama is always with us. Lucky Dube said, he said, if you stand for the truth, he said, you stand alone. And we've been standing alone for a very long time, and with God standing with us as well. As you can see, how our government are moving so fast and also moving forward. The international communities, they are recognizing us as well, and they've seen it to be legitimate, not like all this zoological republic Nigeria. No amount of the people that they employed can see, none of them are even listening to them anymore. They have seen them as a failed state, and that failed state, that's what they continue to be. Because in the eyes of all the communities, even though not all of them are saying something, but they know they know what is right, and they know what they have to do, where to intervene on what is going on. I don't have much to say. I just want to thank all of you here, and also for all the contributions that everyone has been putting here. Before I go, we'll be having a meeting in United Kingdom, and if you know someone that lives in the United Kingdom as well that has not been able to identify with the family, they should also come down on the 12th of October 2024 for the application of their IOU, and also with the ID card and other things as well. It's going to be held on the 12th of October 2024. So every one of you should be there, and also it's going to be televised as well. I think PM knows about this as well, so PM is going to be there live with everybody. So just want to use this time to tell everyone, if you have not done your IOU, ID card, and other things that concerning the government activities, this is the opportunity for you to be there as well, because there's still going to be a lot of people there that will be helping in one thing or the other. So you should be there. My brother, thank you for giving me this time. I'm going to drop you here, and I also stay on the listening side and listen to what's going on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our brother Ochokoshinedum, for that quick one and that information that you pass on there to our people that live in UK and all that. And you guys, you've had it. Just follow the information that he's got there, and so that if you have issues with the registration for the upcoming convention in Finland that's starting on the 29th of November to the till the 3rd of December. You just have to go there and both ID card and any question that you have, and then it will be taken care of. Thank you so much, Chikuchi, for bringing that up. Awum, the mic is yours, and welcome.
Thank you so much, Walker, and everybody on this platform. May God continue to bless all of you for what you are doing. May God bless Mazen Namdekano, the innocent great son of Biafra land and of the black race. May God bless Prime Minister, his cabinet members, and all of you that are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that my mother's ancestral land, I'm proud to say that. I am proud to have the blood of Biafran people in me. And that is the reason why I do what I do. I congratulate all of you. And I say good afternoon to all of you from my little beautiful city of Bolgatanga in Upper East region. Mazen Namdekano, he is talking. I am innocent of the trial against me. Stop the cherry picking. The Nigerian terrorist government is cherry picking. They don't want to release Mazen Namdekano because of the enormous disgrace that they are going to get when Mazen Namdekano is out. This disgrace is going to fall upon his family, his immediate family. The disgrace is going to fall upon the terrorist government of Nigeria that has kidnapped him from Kenya back to the Zoological Republic. They don't want, they cannot fathom the excesses of disgrace that they are going to receive in the world. That is why they are keeping him there. They have no case against my leader, my greatest in Namoche, Mazen Namdekano. They have nothing, absolutely nothing against this great son. And the only thing, the reason why I pick up this mic is this. Mazen Namdekano is going through what he's going through simply because of my mother's ancestral land, which is Biafra. Mazen Namdekano is going through what he's going through simply because he is out there to defend the African people. Mazen Namdekano, including Ghana, my own country. Mazen Namdekano is there to defend the dignity of mankind. That is the reason why they are keeping him. And those, unfortunately, that are benefiting from the criminal construct of Nigeria doesn't want him to survive it. But God, glory be to God, that he is going to triumph over the traps and the, what do I call it? The traps that they have set up for him. The traps will not catch Mazen Namdekano. Rather, it will catch those that have deemed it fit to prosecute him. Not even prosecution, persecute that great son of Biafra. The only thing that you have to do as a Biafran is to support him. Do everything. I tell you, do everything to make sure that the legacy and the ideology of Mazen Namdekano is restored. And by restoring it, you are bringing Biafra back to our people, the self-preservation and the dignity of our people. That is what we should be doing. I don't want to go into what is happening in his family. The family are accomplices of what is going through. The reason why Mazen Namdekano has not been released is because of the shame that is going to come out. The Bible said that just judgment will commence from the house of the Lord. In the case of Biafra, Mazen Namdekano is that savior that has come, and judgment is going to commence right from his own house. The people there in the house betrayed him. They never believed in the ideology of Mazen Namdekano. Do not stop me. I am the Okeneo. Jide Walker, if you stop me, I will report you to the Omona. I will report you to the Omona. Don't stop me when I'm talking this, because ndị Igbo anyị sị na ebe nwata na-arụ aka na-ebe akwa ma nne ya nọrọ ya nne ya nọ ya. The rat in the house informed the ones in the bush that there is meat in the pot, and they came. And in this case, these rats in the bush will not consume the Biafran people, it will consume those people that plotted against this great son of Biafra. I am here to support you in every sphere of this struggle. I'm a Ghanaian. I am not a full-blooded Biafran, but I speak my mother's ancestral land, which is in Ngwa tribe. If you will permit me, I will speak it. And I will use this opportunity to speak to Abangwa people. Ndị ka anyị adị m egwu unu, ọ bụrụ na unu anaghị sọpọtụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, unu gaa sọpọtụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, n'ihi na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ onye ndu Chineke zitere nye ndị Biafra. I am apologizing to our people from the riverine areas that may not have the opportunity or speak or understand the Ngwa tribe. Even those in Biafra land, the Igbo core. Ademegwu unu agalaga atụwa Maazị Nnamdi Kanu mba ụkwụ. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ onye Chineke zitere unu iji zọfụta unu n'aka ndị mpụ ndị nye ndị Biafra nsogbu. Continue with what you are doing. I have never relented. I have never minced words. Every platform that I go, I defend my mother's ancestral land. I can sit here in Ghana. Yes, we have economic problems in Ghana as well. It's not Uhuru for us. But I share in the problem of my people in Biafra land, where my mother comes from. I am here to support you. I am here to encourage you. No matter the adversaries that are coming left, right, and center, do not fall for it. Biafra is our target. And by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, Abasimbong, Obangizi Allah, Ewurade Nyankopon, we are going to get Biafra. Thank you so much for having me. I remain your Nwanwa Okene Nde Biafra. Ndewo for having me.
JD, you lucky say stop one. I for be one of
Thank
those
you.
that will praise you.
Go ahead,
I beg, I
Go
want to
ahead,
ask
Kochukwu.
one more question, please. Mazi Ugochukwu, just 1 minute. Mazi, and we please, when you were saying something now, you were saying that because of the shame that is going to be. So I just want you to clarify this thing. I want to know when you are talking about shame, because there are some people that are not that are shameless. We already know, because if you are talking about, there are already these people. I don't know. I want to know. Is it the UK? Is it the British, the UK government, or is it the zoo terrorist government, or is it because there are different categories of people that are already expecting this shit. So I want to know the main one, because the main one you are directing this shame to. That is the reason why they have not released. I want to know, is it the UK government, or is it the zoo terrorist government, or is it the criminals already, we know them? Or so I just want to know if you can just give me one specific one and let me see if it is exactly what I'm thinking you are thinking. I just want you to clarify also on that, please. Thank you.
Maazị Nonso Namoche, they are universal. Ndị Igbo anyị na ndị Ngwa anyị, ebe a mụrụ m zụọ m, si na mma na-esi n'ụlọ na-esi n'ukwu kọrọ nkọfu ọnụ. It will start from the family. UK is a member of the United Nations Security Council member. It's a very big shame to them that they allow their citizens to be kidnapped in a foreign land, not even in Europe, but in Africa. They are accomplices. The United Nations will be also share in the blame. Those that Mazen Namde Kano surrounded himself with when he started this, that sold him out, will also bear in they want to kill him. But Chukwu Okike Abiyama, that is with that son, will never allow them to touch him. I am speaking as an Okene of Biafra. They will not. They will not prevail over Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The shame is cut across. Even today, if I decide to backslide and oppose Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa and the Biafran people, the shame will fall upon me. I will commit suicide. The shame.
Okay, thank you
knows
very
no
much.
bound.
Without wasting much of our
Thank you,
time,
sir.
I still have something to say on that. Thank you. You got it right. And in the other way around, when we say now, because now when you are talking about, because you mentioned some categories, some set of of individuals that now this set of people like this terrorist Nigerian government zoo, these people, we already know that they are shameless. So they are already shameless. The so-called other categories of the other inner house in Iraq, all those ones, they are already shamed. They are already, see, let me tell you, they are already expecting anything.
Mazin also,
If you look at
Mazin
them,
also,
they are already ready
Mazin
for
also,
anything that is going to come. So, but for me, I think the only people that are still holding our leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, because this shame that you are talking about, it is going to be so worse and so great on the UK government. Because if under their watch for good 3 years, our leader Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was being kidnapped and detained for good 3 years in the zoo for not doing anything, my brother, go ahead and say what you want to say. That is my point.
Mazin Nonso, look, if you look at 1983 or thereabout, when the imposter, Major General Muhammad Buhari, went to UK to illegally kidnap Umaru Diko, they paid the price for it. They paid the price for it. And the UK didn't want that to happen under their nose. They did what they're supposed to do. But this particular one, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is hitting the UK in their noses because they have, right from Goldie, I can't remember the rest of the name, Goldie and Lugard. They have interest in Nigeria, economic interest. They don't want that to go away. Oil and gas. If you remember, when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was speaking, he said that the UK fought the Biafran people because of oil and gas. That is number one. Number two, all the people, Nigeria, doing what they are doing simply because they don't want the shame to happen to them. And the shame is going to happen to them. No matter how they run about it, it is going to happen to them. Mark what I'm telling you today. It is going to happen to them. And at the end of it all, Biafra is going to prevail upon the evil that they are planning against the Biafran people. This is the reason why I'm telling you, get your ass together, rise up against this evil, contribute and vote and support, and God will do the rest for us. Nigeria is gone. Like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said it, Nigeria is gone. They are afraid. Look at their court. They have nothing against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They are just magma rolling. Look at it, what is going on. If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will come out and speak the way he is speaking to the hearing of the world, what does that tell you? They are covering something. And what is going on is the connivance of the family, the political elites in Biafra land, all of them. And they will pay the price for betraying their own son. Biafra is going to be that factor that is going to deal with these people. This is where I will end it. Thank you so much, Mazen Nonso Nnamochie.
Thank you so much, our brother Awun, for that explanation. You did explain it properly to the extent that everyone will understand it. And as well, like what you just said just now, the Prime Minister also have asked Nigeria as well. We are talking about the disgrace that the zoo is going to face in the hand of Biafra going forward. The Prime Minister and the government of Biafra is chasing Nigeria everywhere they go. Anything that has case to do with Biafran, anything that Biafran is involved in, Nigeria get themselves in the middle. The government of Biafra will come in there with full force just to make sure they disgrace Nigeria in the process. The case of Amaka is just one of it. Anywhere, anything at all that Nigeria get themselves involved, that the Biafra is involved with anything at all, you will see the Biafra government with full force. Here, let me partly politics as well, because they haven't got any case against the Biafran people. So that's why the government have full confidence. How much iron to iron. Even some of these people, they don't even support the government. But why the government is doing it, at the end of the day, every Biafran is in, that as long as you're a Biafran person, it does not matter whether you support the government before or though. Punishment in Kenya from Romba Asotachagode Ute Ala. That is the main thing. But meanwhile,
Jide Walker,
go ahead.
Jide Walker, it is not by coincidence what is happening today. I have never seen somebody who is in detention that will come out and begin to issue the kind of statement Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is issuing. It is an act of God. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a bold and fearless man. Anybody that is following Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have to or has to.
Wajiani, if your hand is clean, what else are you going to be afraid of? Everything that they have been accusing you of. What else are you going to? How can they give you what you have? That is where I stand today. These people, they have to understand that we, the Biafran people, you can never give us what we have.
Mazinonso, please, I beg you. Look at what is happening in Nigeria. They cannot even try terrorists. They cannot even proscribe Fulani bandits. They cannot. Look at what is happening. The vice president of Nigeria, who is a founder and supporter, a financier of terrorism in Nigeria, going to UNGA, United States, United Nations Congress, to support Palestinians that are fighting so-called freedom. But right down behind his house, Oduduwas are fighting for freedom. Biafrans are fighting for freedom. Middle belt are crying and shedding tears. Even to the extent when Trump was there, Trump was forced to ask the imposter, why are you killing the Christian minorities in Nigeria? He went there, left the war. Nigeria has just exposed themselves. I said it in a particular platform. Forgive me for taking most of your time. Nigeria has just stirred the net of the hornet nest. They have problem with Israel for what they did over there. Are you sure? Do you want to tell me that other foreign countries stronger than Nigeria don't have the capacity to speak in favor of the Palestinians? He went out there to go and speak on behalf of the Palestinians for what they are doing. He's supporting them. And this is to tell you, they have opened a cankerworm that is going to deal with them. And I leave that to the government of Israel to deal with them. Anybody that support the anti-Israel, against the Israel people, or stand against Israel, or campaign against the Israelis will have themselves to blame. Continue with what you are doing. This fight that we are going to fight, we might not be the people that are going to fight it. Take it from me today as you okene for going down there to make that pronouncement against the Israeli people. It is going to boomerang on them. Let's continue with what we are doing.
Chiko, thank you very much. You see what you just explained last there, explained it all. Please pardon us, our host. You see,
just hurry up, man.
That is how. Yes. So one second. That is how they will keep disgracing themselves. That's how we keep vindicating our pride. And this is the most reason why we must exit the zoo. I am telling you, Biafrans, We must exit the zoo so that we can never be part of these terrorist people who are supporting terrorists. When we, the Biafran people, we must exit this zoo. These people are supporting Palestine, terrorists that have slaughtered women and children, innocent people. These people are supporting them. We must exit the zoo so that they will not call us bad name. They are not going to call us that same name. We must exit. Support our prime minister, support what we are doing. We must exit the zoo. That is my final message. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robert, and thanks, Awum, for that clear answer to our brothers and sisters question. Thank you so much, and thank you for the submission. Like you were saying, regarding the disgrace that the terrorist state of Nigeria is going to get in defense of Biafran people and the government. You know, like the PM already repeatedly, he have told Nigeria that they have the option at the moment, and the option that they have is that they have to engage Finland so that they can mediate between the borders of Nigeria and that of the Biafran people, Biafran nation. Because at the end of the day, that is where it's going. The other day, they ran to Amnesty International and International Criminal Court and all that. It's just rubbish. We have been there before. The government of Biafra have saved them papers there. Even in the European Union, that they keep going. You know, these people, you know, it's like they don't even understand that all these things. They think that they can bribe their way out of this one. It is not going to happen. 50 million plus votes. It's a big deal. But they don't even understand. We haven't even presented that yet. Mute your mic, please. We haven't even presented that yet to United Nations and what have you, because all these things will come in at the same time after the declaration. Because in Mahama that here preamble, it's just like what they went at the shenanigans they did at the AU court in Banjul. They would.
Mazi GD Walker, please forgive me. My battery is running down. If I leave you here, please, it's not intentional. My battery is running down. I am in my farm. Forgive me. I indulge all of you to forgive me. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, our brother Arun. You know, it's like the trap that the government of Biafra set for the terrorist state in the Banjul court. What they did, what the Biafra government did was to set a trap. They know that, and before our prime minister, through our international lawyer, which is Levy, before the Jonathan Levy, before they even filed those documents, prime minister said that they just want to fulfill the due process, because the reason of fulfilling this due process is because we have to go and summon Nigeria to the AU court, so that we have a case with them, and we have evidences that the government have presented to the court, and they will not go. Normally, we weren't expecting them to even respond. So what they should have done is not even do anything, not take any action, just be silent. But trust the zoo. They want to come and prove to Biafra people that they're the master of bribers. They've bribed all this body. They have people all over the place, and what they did, they went and took an Afonja. Not of all people, not even bringing, because usually what they do, they bring people from Biafra land on the other side, and then try to use them, the so-called the hard copy, but they don't even trust these people on this one at the moment. They went and got an Afonja to go and change one of some of the rules, that if you want to make an application for whatever it is, and then your paperwork is not complete, what do you have to do? They have to tell you to go and complete the paperwork, isn't it? But on this process, what they do, no second chance of going to do anything, but they don't know that that is what the Biafra government was waiting for. Stuff like this. Because now they hold it against them. Because you say that, oh, they didn't do the process, they didn't submit the paperwork on the normal process and what have you, and all shenanigans, excuses that they bring it forward to. Okay, what do you want us to do? No second chance. How does that work? And you call yourself a body? That is to tell you that Nigeria is in control of all these entities and all this through proxy. By the way, the AU itself, remember the previous office? It was built by the Chinese government. And what did they do? They put hidden microphones on the buildings from day one during the foundation of that building itself, and gave them free, to the extent that the Chinese government actually furnished that office. Trust these criminals. They came there all and start coverage and having the meetings and all that. Every cough that they did, every word they spoke, the Chinese got them. Of course, getting the saboteurs to translate those things is not even an easy. It's not even hard something for them. They keep listening to everything. That is how they start manipulating and knowing what they have in the next 5 years, in the next 2 years, in the next 10 years, and all that. Until someone went and leaked the secret. This is how the whole thing happened. And at the end of the day,
Jide Walker, Jide
go
Walker,
ahead.
even without transmitting equipments in that AU headquarters, the black man is designed to transmit everything they say in secret to these people. That is the reason why we are here to free ourselves so that we will determine what happens in our land. Thank you, sir.
You know, one of the things that the people doesn't understand, though our people understand this, but you know, the AU itself, the AU itself, they've been sponsored by the European. No, this is, you know, different organizations with different ideas, and the other one is a developing economy, and the other one is right there up at the top of echelon, and then you are competing, but then you are being sponsored by the people that you are trying to tell this is what we you are there to protect the interests of the continent and what have you in the market. But then they're the one that is paying you your wages, they're the one that is paying your salary and every other thing. How do you think that you have say when it comes to pushing up your policies on these people? It's not going to happen. It's a joke. That's why people doesn't understand, and they keep thinking that this all these bodies that they created, it's they're just there to do the biddings of those people that is paying them the wages, their salaries. And this is just simple truth, because they think that is a good thing. That then, how can you think that someone will go and bring money from their tax, money they collected from the tax and from their citizen that is working, and you think that they're going to come and give you this money for free? It doesn't work that way. It's not going to
JD
happen.
Walker, JD Walker, sorry for me to, sorry, I beg. But when I no kill me, I remain you are okay. Ke ole otu ị ga-esi wee onye aka mpịsịrị aka gị nọ ya n'ime ọnụ, ị ga-akụ ya ọkpọ n'isi, ọ ga-atapi mkpụrụ aka gị, ọ ga-atapi mkpụrụ aka gị. Onye mpịsịrị aka gị nọ ya n'ime ọnụ, ị gaghị ete ya ọkpọ n'isi. Dewo nna m.
Thank you, my brother. It's not, all these things is it's shenanigan. That's why when the government of Biafra is telling people that forget about all these world bodies and what have you, it's just a chamber. They are there to do the bidding of those people that is paying them their wages and paying the bills of that particular building that they claim they are promulgating whichever law against the other side. It doesn't work that way. You know, like what we have here in what's the name? It says Uche Secondus or whatever he's called. Remember Uche Secondus? He was a former whatever of PDP those days, and the news is all over the place. Uche Secondus, Uche Secondus, Uche. Guess what? Uche Secondus have just came out and said 2027 won't come. Ọ kpọrọ ya afa, ọ tụrụ aka dị ya nke ọ bụghị na ọ na-agwa gị, ọ na-ekwu okwu that na 227 ndị zoo will not come. Although, in political terms, he is trying to say that APC have buried Nigeria democracy. This is a final nail to the coffin of the zoo. Because what this man is trying to say is this. Oh man, these people, man. Remember what Soludo was saying the other day, that they all know what is coming. They are just, even before now, Soludo was on one event.
Hello,
Event.
one name woke. Soludo has given up. Soludo, you see like this. We used to see him. That man, see, let me tell you, that man is even tired of this whole contraction. The reason why you are not seeing him coming out to support this struggle is because we got on your mama. Do you think that when Soludo, see, do you think that when Soludo came out, sorry to have collected the money, when Soludo came out and tell you that they should release Nnamdi Kanu to him, what were you actually thinking? These people are politicians. They know what he's saying. He was telling them they should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to him himself, because you know that there is imminent collapse of Nigeria is there. Okay, now let me point out one evidence to you. There was one certain time when Soludo was the governor of CBN. You understand? Ogobo governor. He was saying, and he was giving lectures to so-called people, the so-called Nigerians. He was telling them about how the new nation of Biafra is going to be, the kind of currency. See, they knows all these things, and that's why you see he has to come out publicly and tell them that ego mana agugo or the rose. If we ego mana no agugo, so say ego custom na tax. He knows it. He's telling them in the said that that is nothing. And what is that thing that sustains Nigeria? Is it not oil? Is it not oil? That is the only thing that sustains. And he knows it that the imminent collapse of the zoo is at hand. But they can't, now, as normal now, being a sworn an oath to become governor of a state from the Janja being administered to you by the Janja, you have to play your own script at some certain level. Unlike Hope Uzodinma, who is openly showing disdain and hatred his own people. Soludo doesn't hate his own people. Soludo is even not that wicked than Hope Uzodinma. But Soludo is just playing a political card, which he knows that when he's just doing this thing because Omanombo you say it was already showing. But if for the Hope Uzodinma, that useless idiot, that that one has shown that he is indeed working against his own people by use of the caliphate just because of that position he's there as a governor. But has he forgotten that one day he's going to